Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, my pandas. Welcome to the live stream in the mainstream. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well here. It's closing up our pre-market show, and we always have a great time there. We'd love to see you guys there if you guys are wanting to join. The good news is that if you become a super panda, you get all the benefits of a regular panda. So you actually get access to the pre-market show and also access to the two-legged pullback Discord. So you get everything that you get with the panda, and also access to that two-legged pullback Discord. So $5 for the panda, $20 for the super panda. The reason why it's $20 is because you know, the amount of value you get from the Discord is, I think, invaluable, because you get a bunch of traders talking about the same strategy and figuring out what's going on with the market live. So it's nice to have other people in the community that you can go back and forth with. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Day trading like a predator. Good morning. Hey, if you guys are just joining, make sure you scalp that like button. Also, fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it's going to be. Apa Aja Dikoba. Wow, what a name. Good morning, Panda. Let's go, baby. Apa Aja Dikoba. That's a boss name right there. Kevin Mack from Louisville, Kentucky. Good morning, good morning. Kentucky. Bernadette, good morning. Back in the office today. That's a shame, that's a shame. That's a bummer. Kellyanne, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the mainstream. Let's do a little pre-market analysis here. Here we go. All right. So, pandas, two-legged pullback. This is a tricky candle because this candle actually doesn't look like this. If you looked at this candle while it was forming in the overnight session, not the overnight session, but the session between 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, this actually prints a very amazing signal bar. It's an amazing signal bar. And with that signal bar, now we're getting a nice two-legged pullback. It does come above the 20 EMA, which makes it a little scary, but barely over 20 EMA. I mean, we're talking about daily chart here, and we're talking about like 4 or 5 points over the daily chart, making a little gap here. With the signal bar that was created in that 4 to 5 session, like, let me show you what the 4 to 5 looked like. This, maybe I'll use the time chart so you can just see. This was the session right when the market closed at 4 to 5 p.m. and this is what it looked like, and that printed a amazing signal bar on the daily. Let me see here. One second here. One second here. Sorry, Pandas. I was trying to find. I think I captured a screenshot of how that looked like before, the daily chart printed. Because when the daily chart prints, it just prints basically the historical information. Let me see if I can grab that. I'd love to show you how that candle looked like. You know what? I don't want to spend time on the stream doing that. Let me go ahead and post that on a... Oh, I just found it. Let's go, baby. Let's see here. Forget it. I'll put a post up. I don't want to take the time on the stream to do that. I don't want to waste our time. Our time is valuable here, pandas. Market's about to open in 1 minute. But I mean, we know why this got dragged down because of Facebook. You know, one of the biggest market caps in the S&P, and it just destroyed the market, destroyed it, dragged it down. Bad earnings, you know, bad conference call, and but what do we know? Price action was telling us this was going to make a two-legged pullback and second entry short. Very rare we get a second entry short like that breaks below the 20 MA like that. Actually, technically didn't break below the 20 MA, but or it gets triggered beneath the 20 MA, but it's making two-legged pullback and coming back down here. I would need some follow through to really think we're gonna make a new low. Why I say that? You know, after what do we say? Time again. Right, break a trend, and when you get this break a trend, when you get this two-legged pullback, oftentimes you get a new low, and it's sometimes hard to believe, right? Because we seem like we're very far away from this low, but it happens time and time again, and so we typically want to retest these lows. If we're going to reverse this entire downtrend, most of the time we like to retest the lows here at least once, you know, to make a double bottom, and then we'll reverse. But I'm already thinking we're going to make a new low sometime in the next couple weeks. That's what I'm thinking, you know, because it's a daily chart. Every candle's a day, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? It's like 8 bars here. That's 2 weeks. You know, it just takes 5 bars for 1 week, and so I'm thinking it might take maybe 1 or 2 weeks to break this low. Who knows though, pandas? Let's see how volatile the market is. Market's just open. Let's go, baby. Let's get our bamboo today. Right now, we had to break a trend to new low. And I was thinking maybe it could reverse here, but thinking again, maybe we might have a downtrend day today. But I'll put a post up how the signal bar looked like before the daily printed. I believe the daily prints was just the open close data from the regular trading hours. It doesn't include that session from 4 to 5. I think it should. If you guys know how to get that included in the daily charts, that'll be amazing. Looking at the charts here. Alright, pandas. The only channel that trades a two-legged pullback. Live for you. Let's go, baby. We're gonna end the poll. Most of you guys think it's gonna be bear trend day today. We'll see. Let's let the candles, let's let the price action tell us exactly what's gonna happen here. Break a trend, new low, and then we're finding some consolidation here. Trying to reverse here after an H5. Hard for me to say. I mean, I think we're gonna be in a downtrend. The problem is it's gonna be hard to find that downtrend, in my opinion. I don't know how to mark this big downtrend yet. Could something like this, you know, if this does downtrend here, maybe I can use this as my pivot if the downtrend continues. Boy, oh boy, good signal bar to go short. When I go short here, I'll set on my pause. It looks like trading range at the moment, but the trading range is very small, very small. Kind of hard to go short right there. If it breaks up here and then goes short again, I may consider going short, but we didn't trigger that second entry long here, so I cannot go short. I'd like to hit this, actually hit this key area, which I feel like may be our big downtrend, right? The bigger picture downtrend. The higher time frames would probably give us better information here. So 10,000 tick chart. I feel like the 10,000 tick chart is a little easier to see this spiking channel. Right? There's a spiking channel here, and this is why I like the higher time frames to help us see the bigger picture. And we got a spike channel forming. We broke, overshot the bottom of the channel. We might still be in this channel though, and if that happens, we break it below again, I'll have to make another trend down like this. But we'll see here. Right now we're at the bottom of the channel, hugging the bottom of the spiking channel. So I think that's a nice Let's try to use that. I like that spiking channel that we had here. Breaks up and makes another trap to the downside. Terrible, right? In my opinion, that's a signal bar that's very hard to take. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of risk. Very difficult to take, and plus I was a little busy marking my channels here. So we're breaking down now. We're breaking below the spiking channel. What that means is most likely this was a downtrend, and we broke the trend here, making a new low. And so at a certain point in time, when the trend is very strong, you're just going to include all this price action here and mark that as your bigger channel. We'll see here though, pandas. I still am hesitant just to go short, but I think we are in a downtrend. The reason why I'm hesitant to go short is because like we have this spiking channel, we're in the bottom of it, and we could be a failed breakout of it, and we can come back all the way back up. That could happen. So it's not that I don't think we're in a downtrend. It's just the fact that it might not be a good time to enter the downtrend. You know what I'm saying, pandas? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Corsi Zakaria says, Thomas Wade. Thomas made you a shout out yesterday in his video. Let's go, baby. Hey. I show him some love, he shows me some love. As long as the day traders, you know, support each other. Ooh, big push up, right? Like I said, pandas, it's not like I didn't want to go short here. It's the fact that I just didn't think that was a good time to enter this this downtrend. And we do have that break of trend, this break of trend to new low, and that new low is reversing, coming back up. So I'm thinking uptrend, and I cannot go short unless we get everything we need for a reversal, because we are technically in an uptrend according to our market cycle here right now. So let's see here. Yeah, we need to break this trend here. This trend's going to need to break and make a new high, and then reversal pattern. That's my only trade right now. All right, I actually want to go long here with this trap, but I'll sit on my pause. Trading range, could come back into the trading range. I may be more interested in taking a failed trap to come back down into our trading range. That might be the better trade, but typically I like that break and trend to new high here. All right, no trap. Trap is gone. In my opinion, we still need that new high. This is definitely, in my opinion, the first breaker trend. I don't see any other way to draw this and not have this the first breaker trend. Looking for that new high or attempt to new high. See if we get it. I introduced him to the 10K chart. That's nice. I'm glad he's using it. I mean, it just makes sense in my opinion just to use a higher time frame. And if you're going to use it, in my opinion, you got to use a time frame 5 times larger than the time frame you're using to get enough variance between the two. And that calculation comes because the market is very balanced. And when I say that, I mean because typically what you would do if you're going to, you know, swing trade, like in like the daily charts, what chart automatically would you think that you need to do for a higher time frame when you trade the daily charts? In my mind, the first chart I think about is the weekly chart. And so since the market's balanced, that's a 1-to-5 ratio. Since the market's balanced, that's what I like to use whenever I use a small time frame to a higher time frame, a 1-to-5. because I know the daily time frames, whoever trades the daily uses the weekly to get a bigger picture. And so this is what I'm saying, the break of trend to new high here, and that's what I'm waiting for. Basically, my criteria is meant to look for to enter this downtrend again, and it might happen near the top of this channel. It could be one of those days where we just keep hitting this channel, the top of the channel, and just keep getting, or we might have a couple failed breakouts, but this channel might be the mother channel that's just going to give us the tempo of the market today. Get rid of these drawings. I need this a little more precise here. I like to be as precise as possible. Being patient here, pandas. Just being patient. We are currently in an uptrend in the immediate context, but gotta wait. Gotta wait for our setup. Good morning, guys. Arthur Lopez says he blew his 50K account, so had to reset. It's all good. I mean, that's why it's nice, because it's an eval account. You're not losing any of your own money. All you're doing is having the opportunity to get funded. And so, in my opinion, that's just there's no risk. You know, I mean, obviously you gotta pay money if you're gonna reset, but that's the risk we're talking about. Very calculated risk. I would like one more push up here and then look for some sort of reversal pattern. It could be a lower high if you're very aggressive and you're very eager to enter a downtrend, right? Enter this downtrend in a bigger context. You can look for the lower high setup. The best setup to take is the fail second entry long or a strong push down and second entry short to enter. So exhibit A and exhibit B, these are the two reversal patterns we look for, and these are the highest probability setups. And we typically like to wait for these setups to happen. So either exhibit A with a failed second entry short, right? A, B, C, A, failed, reverses. Or strong push down, A, B, C, second entry short. So these are the two setups we're looking for in this area where we think it might reverse. Right, we got break of trend to new high, right? Clearly above the 20 MA, so this uptrend could be stronger than we think. It could be stronger than we think. We do have gaps here, and we got to recognize that. There is a gap here, and this gap could show strength of the bears, or sorry, the bulls. Since there is a gap, and we're just going to sit on pause. Aaron Dyke says, losing that reset fee, I reset like 10 times. That starts to hurt. Yeah, I mean, if you're resetting 10 times, I would say maybe slow down. You're probably trading too large for the evaluation that you're trying to trade. You're probably trying to trade too aggressively, or you're straying away from your plan. If you're resetting 10 times, maybe it's time to take a step back and figure out possibly what you're doing wrong. I think, in my opinion, you probably are trading a little too aggressive, because that trailing drawdown is very difficult. That trailing drawdown makes it very difficult. We might get exhibit A here, pandas. We're going to wait for it. I'm not going to take the second entry long, because I'm thinking we're going to reverse off of this trend line here, and I'm looking for a short trade here. Let's see if we get it, pandas. This is a lower high setup, and you could be aggressive here and take that lower high. I'm going to just wait for one of my two setups here. So we may get a trap trade here. This is about the time I will look for a trap. And you can see with the magenta box, we're in trap city still. And I'm just lining up my order to this diamond. This diamond is where the order will trigger, where we want to enter. So this is exhibit A here, right? Failed second entry long, right? Triggers a second entry long, terrible signal bar. This is the place where I would like to enter short here for reversal. And this is an outside bar reversal, and I'll take this one because it's a trap, and I think it's worth it, right? I think to scalp 1 point will be worth it here, but we'll see what happens. So we did get our setup here. Fail second entry short, or fail second entry long, and the trap does trigger with a pretty decent signal bar, but it's obviously reversing here, something I don't like. I don't want to see that, but I like the setup here, right? Coming off of our resistance, Got a trap trade. Easy peasy, easy money. Let's go, baby. Right, we got that scalp. Got scary, but we just stuck to the plan. Right, just let it play out, and all good. Runner gets stopped out, but it's all good. Let's go, baby. We got our reversal scalp, and that's how we just scalp out right there. And we could, I could swing this, and if I were to swing this, I would swing it with 2 contracts and see if we get, like, you know, to make a strong push down, and we are getting that push down, so we could have swung that. Unfortunately, right, we just scalped out and got our runner hit, but it is what it is, pandas. And let's go, baby. Price action trading. We still have this gap here, just bouncing off that gap. If you're gonna swing trade this, you gotta, in my opinion, go for 2 to 1 risk ratio. And so your target is right here. And if you had 2 contracts, you're gonna try to ride this to down here, or I mean any amount of contracts. But if you have your core position and you're doing a swing trade, you typically want to take your core out here 2 times the risk reward, and then have a runner to go further. So that's 2 times risk reward. And why would I look for a swing trade here? It's because it's a reversal pattern, right? Major trend reversal on a strong downtrend. So we have a strong downtrend. If you have a reversal going along with that main downtrend, the main trend you have, that's a good setup for a swing, in my opinion. We're almost making that 2 to 1 risk ratio. I'm not in this trade, but I'm just saying if you were to swing this, this is how I would manage it. I would get the 2 times risk reward here, and you know, if you lose, you lose. But if you win, you get 2 times your risk reward on a decent setup, on a very good setup, in my opinion. So that's why I was waiting. That's why I didn't take that second entry long right here. I took the opposite, thinking it was going to fail. And you can see that it does work pretty well. We're getting a pretty strong push down. We haven't actually reached our goal yet, but I have confidence that we will reach our goal. We still have a 1 little tick gap here. Yeah, I'm pretty confident we will hit that 2 times risk reward, but who knows? And you know, if you start to think this is a little sketchy, you can just, you know, prematurely get out of your trade, like right here. Like you can just get out right now. If you break above this candle, you know, you might want to just get out because you don't like the price action. But and you can salvage 2 points there, but it is what it is. I'm not in this trade, but that's what I'll be thinking right now if I were in it. Strong push down. Looks like we're gonna hit the 2 times risk reward. In fact, it bounces off that gap again, that 1 tick gap. If this 1 tick gap stays here and reverses, okay, so we just hit that 2 times risk reward, and yeah, and now swing traders are rejoicing, and now they have a runner, and they're gonna run, you know, manage that runner very aggressively, in my opinion. So that's how I would have traded that swing trade, but I just scalped. Futures Trader says, risk reward is the name of the game. I'd rather trade a low win rate, high risk reward system than a high win rate, low risk reward system. Yeah, it depends on your personality. Some people, you know, like one over the other. And but I will say, Futures Trader does say something very, very interesting, which is he doesn't mention a good win rate with a good risk reward. And I'm glad he didn't mention that, because there's no such thing. So he mentions basically the only 2 options you have: either good risk reward and bad probability, or good probability with bad risk reward. And those are your only 2 options. There is no such thing as a good risk reward, good probability setup. Here, even this trade is maybe a 40% probability, right? 40% probability to make this swing trade, right? For a 2 times risk reward, that's about 40% probability, right? You can stack as much as you can in your favor, but you know, the best you're going to get is probably 40% in terms of swing trading. So if you swing trade, typically I trade smaller, because that means you lose more. And when you lose more, like you're expecting to lose more. So with that, knowing that, like, I tend to trade smaller. Trade smaller, but get a better risk reward. So at the end, technically, they both kind of even out and work out. If you have good risk reward, bad probability, or good probability, bad risk reward, if you trade both your systems well, you kind of end up with similar, in my opinion, similar outcomes. But hey, maybe I'll make a trading strategy. Hey, how about this? I make a trading strategy using the two-legged pullback indicator. I'll make an automated strategy. I'll do an entire contract, right? We're talking about 3 months of trading, and I will do one where it just scalps and one that swings, and we'll see which one is more profitable. I like to see that. I'll be very interested in that. Al Brooks does mention that if you do start, you should start swing trading. You should start with swing trading. And in my opinion, I think that's a good idea too. Or at least be familiar enough with swing trades where you can enter a good swing trade if you can see one. Because if you couldn't enter a good swing trade, in my opinion, most of the time that will at least produce a scalp. If you can enter a good swing trade, then most of the time it usually scalps first, and then it will finish the swing. But yeah, in my opinion, it's good to know how to swing trade. Also, it lets you know what's happening in the market, because if you can mark the swing trades, then you pretty much know like what the market's trying to do. Future Trader says, I took many years to realize that high win rate systems are fool's gold. You probably, if you took many years, you probably didn't trade the high win rate systems well. In my opinion, I don't know how well you trade. I don't know your percentage, but if it was many years ago, you probably were beginning to trade. And in my opinion, if you can mix both, that's probably the best, right? If you can identify like what will be a good scalp and what will be a good swing, that's probably the best, in my opinion, to be adaptable in any market cycle. Because let's just say you're in like a very choppy market, you want to swing everything, but you basically will just get whipsawed in those markets. In those markets, you should start scalping, right? So you kind of have to know what's best for which market. So yeah, I wouldn't say one is better than the other. I just think it depends on the circumstance. I mean, in my opinion, just scalping here is nice because we can just get out of the trades and just move on to the next one. But I mean, you guys see me swing trade before on this channel, so scalping, swinging, whatever makes you profitable at the end, please do that. Please do that. And Futures Trader, I'm not trying to knock on you. I have no idea how well you trade, but I'm just saying, that might be one of the things, because if the math should work out. If you actually have a good high probability system, then the math at the end is almost, both systems should be profitable. I will say though, it's harder, right? Actually, it's harder, the higher win rate strategies, because you gotta be near perfect when you trade. Pandas. Hey Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. Hey, give me a 1 in the chat if you were green yesterday. Give me a 2 if you're red. Give me a 3 if you didn't make one trade yesterday because you just didn't see any setups or didn't have the time. Give me a 1 in the chat if you were green yesterday. Give me a 2 if you're red. And give me a 3 if you were flat. Future Trader says, I used to think that, like that, you'll get there, Panda. I trade my own account for a living and do very well. Well, let's hope that you continue to do well. CPTNG asks, what is the delay on the stream? There is a native like 20-second delay on YouTube. And so if you are experiencing more than 20-second delay, then make sure your live button is red. Make sure you click that button that says live and watch in 2x speed to catch up as close as possible as you can to live. Man, a lot of ones. I feel like every time I ask this question, all the people who made money are eager to type 1, and if you didn't make money, of course, like you'd be a little hesitant to type 2 because you don't want to admit to everyone you had a red day. But hey, red days are part of the game, and it seems like everyone did well yesterday, which I'm surprised because I didn't see a lot of setups yesterday, and yeah, I just let's just say I don't believe you guys. No, I believe you guys, but I would say yesterday I didn't find many setups yesterday. I just didn't find them. We were in like a trading range for a very long time, and then finally broke out. And breaking out, there weren't that many good setups to get in that trend, in my opinion. But if you guys are green, let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, maybe you're just a little green, little red, big green. Mike Eason just qualified my first 50K Apex evaluation account. Let's go, baby. Congratulations. Getting that bamboo, Mike Eason. Yep. Facts. Bernadette says, I learned the most from my red days. Facts. It's they say experience is a tough teacher because the test comes before the lesson. All right, we got that break of trend to new low and pushing up here. Would I go long here? I do think we are on a strong downtrend, pandas, because it's actually pretty rare for this to happen where you get a trend line like this, hit it, and every time it hits it, it actually bounces off. Sometimes you get a little breakout at least, but this just bounced right off of it. It's actually a decent gap here, I would say. Gap from here to here. Here to here, sorry. This gap here. And yeah, but we'll see, pandas. Yeah, the market cycle looks like it's trending. It doesn't look like we'll be in a trading range, but all I can say is I see the price action here. We're bouncing off the top of this trend line, and we have a channel here. And what can I say? I feel like we're in a downtrend, and we just, in the more immediate context, broke trend, made a new low with a two-legged pullback, with a micro quint bottom. Right? These are pretty rare, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. We're talking about 2000 tick chart, and so you had 2000 ticks where it couldn't break below here. In my opinion, you gotta consider that. You gotta look at this level and say, well, we just made a ledge here. This ledge could, in fact, influence the market, but on a strong downtrend, that will overcome this ledge. There is a ledge here. You know what? I'll mark it. I'll mark this ledge here because it might be a key area for the rest of the day. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Just sitting on pause. Yes, we do have news at 10 o'clock, which is in about 2 minutes. So we have the PMI numbers, and that's going to happen in about 2 minutes. So we may be chopping around until then. Technically, we are potentially in the uptrend. We are deciding what we're going to do here. Will I take a two-legged pullback short, second entry short here? I feel like, yeah, hard to say. We actually hit this point exactly right here, the low of the day. I mean, I think there's high chances we keep going down. in my opinion. J Mahar WRX says, "What is PMI numbers? New trader here." How dare you not know what PMI numbers are? Chat, let them know what PMI numbers are. I actually don't know what PMI stands for, but I know someone in chat does. About 1 more minute. I should like to look at the 5-minute chart when you have like a time event, because you can just look at it's basically a countdown on the bottom right of your screen. You can see a countdown of when we're gonna hit 10 o'clock. You know what? I forgot to reload my historical. Annoying. Alright, PMI numbers are out. Let's see what kind of price action we get here. Doesn't look like much has happened yet. Outside bar reversal. Looking for that new low. But it misses this ledge by 1 tick and bounces off of it. Makes me want to go long here with a bounce like that. But it's undeniable that we are in a downtrend right now. So, a little difficult, a little confusing. Kind of have some conflicting information. That is an outside bar reversal. So, it's actually a second entry long here. A hidden second entry long, right? Because it was printed with the outside bar. A, B, C. Second entry long. And this will actually be a trap, right? Fail second entry long if this reverses here. Getting a little choppy. I'm gonna skip this one. Even though it does scalp out here. Almost want to go long here, but I'm gonna set on my pause, pandas. A little confusing in my opinion. Gonna set on my pause. You do scalp out, but not much more after that. Almost want to go long here, thinking these are 3 failed attempts to break down with this ledge, right? Making higher lows here, thinking we can get a good swing trade, maybe back up to here, but I typically don't like to go long when I know we're in a downtrend. So I'm just gonna sit on my pause here, and I'll probably skip this second entry long, even if it does trigger. Sitting on my pause. PMI numbers came out, but I don't see much reaction to it, to be honest. Pushes up, scalps out easily, and kind of, okay, there it is. That's why I kind of wanted to go long, but I'm hesitant to go long when I know we're in a downtrend, but that's kind of why I want to go long. I thought that'd be a good long trade, but I sat on my pause. Like I said, right before that happened, you go long here and think you'll come back up to this gap here. And that's exactly what we're doing. Or you can just use the trading range indicator, right? The top of the trading range on the trading range indicator. And the reason why I thought we're going to also burst us because we had 3 failed attempts to break down here. And thinking, okay, that's enough attempts to break down. And they're all failing. We're creating these wicks, right? 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts. Finally pushes up. It gives us a nice little swing trade here, but not much follow through. Coming right back down. Right, your runner would have been stopped out right there, right, with this wick or with this candle. No runner. Just sitting on my pause here. I want to see if this is making a swing trade. You would technically have to have this. That's your swing trade there. If you miss the swing trade, right, as in we break below this low, that means the swing traders are getting burned. Right, the bulls are getting burned in terms of swing traders. Big push up, big push down. A, B, C, A. Quite confusing here. All right, break a trend to new high. break a trend to new low, and now we have this uptrend here. Huh. Almost want to go long here, but it's outside bar reversal with a terrible signal bar. Sitting on my pause. Another push up. Swing traders, are the swing traders going to get their goal here? That's the swing trader goal. Right, top of the trading range would be my goal. Push down. This is some wonky price action. I would say I'll probably look for a short at this point, to be honest. Right, break a trend to new high. And I will be hesitant to go long right now. I would be hesitant to go long at this point. We've got a double top here. I might take a lower high setup here if we get it. I actually would like a lower high setup if we can get it. But we're going to have to sit on our pause and see what the market gives us. If the market doesn't give it to us, then we just wait. We wait. Lower high setup, but I don't like this. I don't like this bounce off the 20 MA. I don't like that. Right, it's basically a failed breakdown trying to reverse. I don't like that. Technically, we still didn't make a new high yet. We made a double top. Confusing. Above the 20 MA as well. I'd like one more push up actually. I'll like this to break up here. Not interested in going short on that kind of signal bar. Right, and now we're kind of curling upwards. Yep, we hit the top of the trading range. It looks like we're going to maybe hit the 2 times risk reward here for those swing traders. Swing traders just made 2 times risk reward, and we bounced off of that 2 times risk reward here. So now we're in the minds of the swing traders. Right, this is why you're seeing some profit taking right there. And we're right back at the top of our trading range, or our channel. We already had 1, 2, 3, 4 hits on it, and this might be another hit, and we might reverse off of it. I'm not going to be taking here. I'll take a lower high setup. I'll take a lower high setup here. Give me a lower high, and I'll take it with 2 contracts, because the lower high setup is a more risky trade to take, in my opinion. But we're in a key area here, and I want some confirmation with the lower high. That's actually a really nice signal bar to go short right here. Let's see if the bears will make 2 times risk reward. Basically bottom to the channel, or trading range, sorry. The problem is, if a lower high setup does happen here, you're going to get a 2-legged pullback, basically hitting its head on the 20 MA. Or I guess hitting its feet. I don't know. But it will run into the 20 MA, and you'll be shorting right into the 20 MA, which I typically don't like to do. But seeing the price action here, this is a lower high setup. We are in an uptrend currently in immediate context. I see break a trend to new high here. I'll just wait for my setup. I'll wait for my trap trade to the downside. Right, exhibit A, exhibit B. Exhibit A. Failed second entry long, like we saw here. Very similar setup. Or strong push down, 2-legged pullback, back to the 20 MA, something like that. It's a little hard for me to go short right into here because I see this trend line, and I just can't take it. Even though that lower high setup does give you the scalp, it's a little scary when you're going right into the 20 MA like that and right into this trend line. Hard for me to go short right there. It's a little scary, to be honest. And I skipped that trade. Skip that trade. Actually, it ends up being an outside bar reversal, I think, here as well. Failed trap to the upside. Let's see if these shorts make their swing trade. Right, these swing traders basically came out with their profits, and I'm reversing here. right? We lost the bulls once they got this two times risk reward. We hit perfectly the 2 times risk reward to the short side and bounced right off of it, and that's exactly what you're seeing here. With the price action, we know that's exactly what's happening. That's why we bounced right there. Try and get into the mind of the swing trader to help with our trading here. Would I take a short here? Underneath the 20 May. Nah, not with this. Not with the signal bar like that. You can still consider this as fail second entry long if it reverses again here. Maybe in trade says that was a perfect short. Don't know why you didn't take that. Well, I explained all the reasons why I didn't take it. So. Bouncing right off of it perfectly. Wow, the 2 times risk reward. Break down, comes up. Hindsight bias, we can always say something looks good. But at the time, had too much support blocking me. Didn't want to take that. Reversal here, huh? Making a new high. This could be the break of trend, looking for a new high now. If I was aggressive, I actually would be short here right now. If I was going to trade aggressively. Thinking this trend line will not be really broken today. Or maybe later, but yeah. If I was aggressive, I would have taken that short. Being real conservative right now. Notice this, that we're making higher highs, right? This ledge, higher lows. This ledge here, higher low here, higher low here, higher low here. Pushing strong down now. I could take a short trade here. If we get a failed second entry long here, I'll take a short. I'll trade Oppo. I'll fade that. K-Tanner asks, do you think we are ranging or trending? I think we're kind of in a trading range, but at the same time, it's going downwards. Downward bias trading range. Pushing higher. Sitting on my pause here. No setups really. We got two-legged pullback up to here, trying to retest these highs. And I kind of want to go short here. I'm going to go short here with 2 contracts. Oof. I'm going short here with 2 contracts. Thinking bottom of trading range, but I might get burned here. Alright, just scalped out. Let's go, baby. Skinner and bamboo. Just scalped out right there. Good signal bar. Hitting that trend line again. 2-legged move, right? That's a second entry short. A, B, C, making a double top. And, you know, I could maybe swing trade that, but I'm just a little unsure right now. It looks a little confused, the market. And so I just wanted to scalp out and to get out my trade. Do not copy my trades. Pandas, if you guys are just rolling in, I am Bye Money and welcome to my channel. And on this channel, we trade 100% risk-free. How's that possible? Well, because we trade someone else's money. If you guys don't know what prop firms are, we trade with the Apex prop firm, and they give you their capital to trade if you can pass an evaluation. And if you pass the evaluation, then they give you a funded account. But to pass the evaluation, you do have to pay a fee to pass the evaluation. And there is currently a 50% coupon off of that. So the deal is amazing for those who are interested. Please use it. The coupon is in the bottom of your screen, and also in the pinned message there is a link to Apex Traders. So if you're interested, please use that to your advantage. Also, this is the only channel that trades the two-legged pullback live that I know of, at least. And if you guys are interested in strategy, we trade only the two-legged pullback here. And details about the setup is in the description below. Their playlist going over it. And also, we trade pure price action. And so the only indicators we have are the two-legged pullback indicator to let us know when there's two-legged pullbacks. If you're interested in the indicator, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. We are making a new high here, right? Break of trend to new high. And that trap trade actually was probably the better trade to take, but right into this trend line, hard for me to take. But we are breaking out now of this trend. And to me, this is the first break of this big trend here, which means, pandas, most likely, even though we might go up here, we're probably gonna make a new low. I know it's hard to believe that, pandas. When you see this kind of price action, you see how far away this low is, and I'm predicting right now that we're gonna probably make a new low. You're probably thinking, Baba Money's crazy, but I've just seen it so many times. Especially if you look at the higher time frame, you can just see we're just one break of trend, and we can come back and make a new low. I think pretty easily. This is a higher time frame, so tell us that. The 5-minute. Been choppy in the 5-minute so far today. The 5-minute's kind of giving us a little trend line here. Interesting. I'm glad I switched over here because I can see this trend line on the 5-minute. So even though we have a strong push up, yeah, okay, I see. Interesting, very interesting. I did mark this purple line, which is a ledge, which means most likely we will come back down to it. We have an 80% chance to come back to this sometime, in my opinion, today. 80% chance to come back. That's a pretty high percentage. But when you have a key area like this, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits all in the exact same price point, when you're talking about a $4,500 product, the price action is telling us, right? The institutions think this is a very good price, or this is a very important price. And oftentimes when this happens, the market, when it goes too far up, will say we're too far away from our important price, and they're going to think that's a discount to go short back to our key area. Now, there's a chance it may never come back down there. Who knows? But in my opinion, seeing ledges, how they work out, even though you're going to go up maybe 20, 30 points, 40 points away from this ledge, you'd be surprised. We still have a chance to come back down to it. Mark my words, pandas. I'm going to put a post up, right, about this, because we might not hit it like during the session, but if we hit it sometime, then I'm going to put a post up saying we mentioned this on stream. And those little things become our edge, when we know those little nuances of price action. We got an L4 setup pushing down hard. I will take a trap trade to the short side here. Easy peasy for sure. A, B, C. Fail second entry long. I'll take this trade. Or strong push up, two-legged pullback, right? Second entry short. I'll take either of these setups here, coming from this break of trend to new high. Especially coming after an L4 setup, hitting its head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in one spot. I'll look for a short trade here. We're waiting for it though. We gotta let the setup come to us. I don't chase any setups. So just let this. We know what the setup is, right? We've traded every single day here. We know what the setup is exactly, and we're just gonna wait for the market to come to us. So in a spot where I expect it to actually reverse, actually it can reverse here. I wouldn't be surprised if it does reverse here, but we will need our setup. The reason being is because we broke the previous high with a two-legged pullback. This is finally a two-legged pullback. A, B, C. 2 pushes up. In fact, it's actually a little tricky. It's not a two-legged pullback actually, because we would see a dark red number. It gets a little wonky here, but A, B, C, that reversal fails and pushes up, and if it reverses again, it's another failure. In my opinion, a little confusing, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 overlapping bars in a row. Still clearly above the 20 EMA though. Pandas, my pandas. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. We got 283 concurrent viewers, and we're at 65 likes. You can do better than that, pandas. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Exhibit A, Exhibit B, pushing strongly upwards. I'm no longer looking for a short trade at this point. Right, I'm thinking we're in a strong uptrend now because we're at a spot we should reverse, but we didn't. Instead, we went up higher, thinking now we're in an uptrend. Right, thinking that this higher lows actually is propelling this market upwards. We're basically creating a double bottom, and now we made a big old W here, right? A big W on the 10K chart. You can see it. Measure move would be from the bottom to the top here, and that will be your measure move. Basically coming to yesterday's close. If we come back up, there will be our measure move of this double bottom, right? W pattern. Someone mentioned I don't like W patterns. It's not I don't like W patterns. It's that I just need a setup to trigger for the W pattern to work for me, right? It's not like I don't like the W pattern, but I would like a trap trade maybe, right, to go long when the W pattern triggers. Why not? But no setups for me. No setups here in my opinion. And it is what it is. Just watching the market. In my opinion, this is like a pretty obvious breaker trend to new high. But now when your new high looks like this, you're thinking there is some other pattern we're missing here. And I don't quite know what it is. Spike in channel. That's what I'm going to say right now. Just a spike in channel. Spike channel. Spike in channel. K Tanner says you have 2 overshoots of your bearish channel. Could an overshoot sometimes lead to a no retest? Not sure what that no retest means, but you know, when you have an overshoot that looks like this, it's a little too strong in my opinion. This is more than an overshoot. This is more like a breakout for me. So I believe we have a spike in channel here. I just need to figure out where my pivot low is for my spike in channel, and I don't have one yet. So I'm just gonna use this one for now until we get a nice pivot low here. And of course, if we break below this pivot, then we don't have a spike in channel. We probably have a reversal at that point. Oh, we have a gigantic 2-legged pullback forming on the 5-minute. A, B, C. It's a huge 2-legged pullback forming on the 5-minute chart. We have a trap potentially on the 10K chart. I would be comfortable using this as my spiking channel. Typically, yeah, we'll see. Would I go long here? Would I go long here? Would I go long here on a 2-legged pullback off the 20 EMA, pandas? A, B, C. Would I go long here? Hard to say. Hard to say. Would I go long here? This choppiness here. I don't know, pandas. Type of 1 in the chat if you're looking for a long trade here. Type of 2 if you're looking for a reversal. Type of 1, if I should take this to like a pullback. It's not looking good right now, actually. Right, that's like a, if this triggers a terrible signal bar, but we're off the 20 MA, potentially off a key area here. But now we're actually below the 20 MA. Tricky. Give me a 2 if I should skip it. Give me a 3 if I should take a trap trade to the downside. Take that reversal trap. I mean, definitely not going long now. Definitely wondering what is happening right now. I do not know. We do have this trend line. Maybe I was a little too eager on the spiking channel, and we have this trend line maybe working for us. We do have overshoot to the upside, and now we're at the bottom of this channel. According to my calculations, I have no idea what's happening. Oh boy. Again, I mean, I'm looking for, you know, coming back to this ledge here, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a trap trade and it comes down to here to make that new low. Alright, pandas, I'll trade a trap trade. I'll trade a trap trade. I'll take a trap. I'll take a fail second entry long here. That's my trade, and I'm sticking to it. That's my setup, and I'm sticking to it. Fail second entry long here. That's what I'm looking for. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. No trap trade. Sorry, pandas. That actually scalps out off of our key area here. So, all of that talk for no reason. Just being patient. I'm obviously confused, so I'm gonna sit on my pause. It is a skill to know when you're confused. I'll say that right now. Some people, I will say, might not have that ability, but this panda right here, since he's confused, you know, 80-90% of the time, knows very well when he's confused. When you get a bounce off like this, off my trend line like that, not sure. Not sure. Let's see what you guys said. SW Blaze said 2. We got some people saying 1s. You know, it's easy to say 1 when it's not your money. And most of you guys said, some of you guys said 3s, waiting for that fail second entry long to go take that trap. DX says 2, and I think that pretty much he says that way after it happened. Never forget this. You know, if we break way above it, then obviously we're just in a strong uptrend. But oh boy. Yeah, J Mahar says, "Hey, remember, it's not your money either." That's true. That's actually true. If you're trading Apex, it's not your money. So let's go, baby. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Do appreciate it. You know, if you've been watching and been enjoying this, helps this channel a lot if you scalp that like button. We're getting some choppiness here, I would say. Like, I would say we're probably turning to a trading range in this area. I'm gonna manually draw this one. This will be my trading range here. It's getting a little too choppy for me. We are making a push up now, bouncing off of our trend line here. But no setups really for me. This setup a little sketchy. It is kind of off the 20 MA, but I typically don't like to take longs when you have like a overshoot like this and then comes back down, because you have tendency to overshoot to the downside. And since that happens, I typically don't like to just take that long, because let's just say I've been burned by that. Basically, pandas, if you made a mistake, just know this. You know, just know if you made a mistake and you're feeling bad about it, just know that this panda has made every single mistake you have made plus more multiple times. So hopefully that makes you feel a little bit better if you feel like you're in a rut because you made a mistake. Just know that I've made all your mistakes plus more. Trust me. You know, you can challenge me and I will win. I've made every mistake you could possibly make. I've made them all. DX says, guys, I have a major issue. It's my hands. They hurt. I've been sitting on them for too long. Let's go, baby. Hey, sitting on your hands is a skill in itself. No idea what's happening. We're just riding along this trend line right now. I mean, personally, I feel like it's gonna break down, come back down, because we're having these failed attempts up right now, but we're clearly above the 20 EMA right now, and we have not yet actually broken this trend line. We've tested it and confirmed it, actually. There's a higher low setup right there. Just watching. Strong push up, right? Bounces off our trend line here a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Amazing. No setups that I really like right now. But as we know, on the higher time frame, we're making a W, right? This W is starting to form. Right, we have this. A W basically is just a double bottom. And I drew this purple line, or this pink line, magenta line, to show you the measure move. Right, this midpoint is, right, this dot is the midpoint of this line. And so if we just get that midpoint, put it here, this is 2 times, or this is a 1-to-1 risk ratio on this double bottom. Yeah, actually it's here. That's where it'll be. Hitting our heads on that wedge makes the scalp to the downside, and you gotta be wondering, why are bears scalping? How come bears are able to scalp right now? Shows you kind of the market. Huh, breaking down now. Very interesting. It's a strong push up and coming right back to our trend line, and this time this trend line is not going to hold. It will not hold, in my opinion. I would take a second entry short here if I could take it, but I don't know if it's going to give it to me. I'll take a second entry short here, Pandas, with two contracts. I may swing this trade, but I need a second entry short. Lower high setup, and I cannot have it break below this pivot, or else our count resets. But I will take a second entry short here. Second entry short, higher low setup. That's what I'm looking for right now. Don't do it. Okay, we're still okay. We still have our potential second entry short here. The count didn't reset yet. Count hasn't reset yet. Come to Papa. Give me a pullback here. I need a small pullback. I need to break the previous candle's high by 1 tick at least. And now I'm gonna go short here on a second lower high, second entry short, right? Because now we got an M up here. Come to Papa. Godric Tia says, always exciting to want to rush back into the market after a big win, but remember patience. Words of wisdom right there. I do find my biggest losing days come after big winning days, big green days. My big red days come after big green days. I mean, it could be a mix of things. It could be because, like, you know, the mental side of it is definitely when you are, you know, it creates overconfidence and you start to take risky trades, riskier setups, and you know, typically that leads to losing. And we finally got that break up here, and I'm going short, like I mentioned. Also, it could be because your mind is set on whatever the previous day's price action was. You're kind of thinking, okay, all those setups will work again today, but it might change. The market cycle might change from day to. I'm actually gonna cancel this. Right, we got 3 overlapping bars. It's just a little confusing. 1, 2, 3, and I'm just gonna sit on my pause here. Don't know what's happening. It's a little confusing now. You could also say this is first break of trend here. Right, on this trend line, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. Finally, break of trend, and we might need to make a new high here before we consider a reversal setup. So, regardless, sitting on my pause because the immediate context is 1, 2, 3, 4 overlapping bars. Thinking, sitting on my pause here. Makes a perfect scalp. Interesting. It's a 2-legged pullback. Top of the trading range. 2-legged pullback, top of the trading range. Terrible signal bar to go long, and it just rips and makes scalp easy. Trap. Basically a Pikachu trade. Had a Pikachu forming right there. I guess at this point I look for a new high. You know, if we're gonna push this hard up, might as well look for a new high before going short. We got break of trend here. Potentially, typically a new high is created, or at least a retest of the high. Sitting on my pause. Yeah. Good thing I didn't short here and I canceled that. I thought about it and I just saw how choppy we were and just saw that this is the first break trend. Good cancel, Panda. Good cancel. Took all my 5 brain cells to not enter a short there. Ugh. Getting choppy. Higher time frames, you know, this is choppy here. Higher time frames, you know, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars. The 5-minute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars. I might get a trap on the 5-minute, which could be a decent trap if you're gonna trade this W here and breakout pattern. Could be a decent trap on the 5-minute, and I might consider that if we come back up. But ooh, interesting. 5-minute trap, huh? Okay. Okay. Traps on this higher time frames are typically very strong. They actually will trigger a 10K trap as well. It's a 5th push up, but still a trap. Oh. But still very choppy. Even traps, when there's too much chop, won't really do much. Andre B says blue 1200 now at 600. I'm tilting. We need like an anti-tilt Thursday. Just watching here, pandas. I mean, I'm sorry if you think this is boring, but that's part of trading, and we get to be bored together, pandas. That's the beauty of this community. I may take this trap here, and I don't want to say because I'm bored. It's because if this is a W pattern, this could have a strong push up, but it is choppy in my opinion, right? This is, even for a 5 minute, this is choppy. Even for a trap, this is too choppy in my opinion. You're basically creating a doji bar here as well.
10,000 tick trap.
Trap created on the 5 minute, about to trigger here. The signal bar is looking better to go long. 2 pushes up.
5 minute trap.
Ooh, trap on the 5 minute. I might want to sit on my pause here. See how many points this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of risk. Boy, oh boy. Trap on the 5 minute, trap on the 10K as well. Pretty much going to be triggered at the same spot. Very interesting. Give me a 1 in the chat if I should take this trap. Give me a 2 if I should skip it. Give me a 3 if I should take the reversal if this trap fails. I know you don't have much time to think about it, but this is like real life trading, real time trading. Like, you gotta make these decisions like real time. So give me a 1 in the chat if you take this trap. Give me a 2 if you're gonna skip it. Give me a 3 if you're going to go oppo of it. Looney T says, scare money, don't make money. Boy, oh boy, this trap is looking juicy. Just triggered. Oh, you guys said too, but everyone here is wrong. Everyone here was wrong. Easy scalp, easy money, easy peasy, easy money. It's all good, pandas. I was scared too. Just a little too choppy for me. A little too choppy. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. I don't like how this wedge here is forming as well. Got a wedge here. 2 pushes up now, retesting this high. And that trap doesn't go very far. It gives you a point, but not much more. Now this trap on the 2K chart, what would I take? Interesting. This is an uptrend, but right now trading range in my opinion. It's a little sketchy. Would I take this trap on the 2K chart here? This is so choppy. It's hard to say, pandas. Hard to say either way. I'm unsure here. Unsure. It's just hard to take. It's very choppy in my opinion. But at least a micro double bottom. More enticing to take this trap to go long for a point. It's choppy though. I kind of want to take this trap. Let's take it. I'm gonna take this trap to the long side. It is choppy though, panda, so trade at your own risk. Do not copy my trades. We got only 1, 2, 3 points of risk here. I'm willing to risk that for potential trap trade here. The reason being is because I don't think we made a new high yet, and I think we could push to a new high with this trap. Plus, technically, the 5-minute trap does trigger, and we're still like in that candle. Not much follow through. And if we make a new low here, I'm no longer interested. But now we got 1, 2 bars in a row. Makes it less interesting here. Higher low here. I almost want this trap to disappear, so I'm no longer tempted. 3 overlapping bars. I just can't do it, Pandas. This is just too choppy. It's just too choppy. I don't like it. 2 doji bars in a row like that. I just cannot do it. I cannot do it, Pandas. Sitting on a pause here. Pushes down. This is confusing. Pandas, I got no trades here, and it's just you can only take what the market gives you, and the market's giving us nada mucho. That's a fail second entry short here, and that could lead to a nice push up here. It could, but too choppy in my opinion. Still. $50-50 in my opinion, which way we go up. Break out or break down. $50-50 in my opinion at this point. This is a failed trap, right? Failed second entry short. I may go short here, Pandas. Oh, man. No, I'm too confused. Sitting on my pause, just letting it go. Either way, it's just too hard for me to read this price action. Well, let's just say it's not too hard for me to read the price action. The price action is telling me this is too confusing. Right? The price action is telling me this is not a good place to enter in a stop order trade because we're so choppy. Everyone's entering, right? With all these tails and wicks and dojis, small bodies. The market's telling us it's confused. The market's confused and we're confused. Okay. I would take a fail second entry long here. I would consider that. This is technically a failed second entry short right now, but I will take a failed second entry long here. A failed Pikachu. We got a Pikachu upcoming here, right? That's a Pikachu long. Okay, Pikachu's gone. Pushing down now, right? That trap fails and reverses, and we're seeing the repercussions of a failed trap. Pushing down strongly now. Making double bottom. Currently gap. Right, we have a gap here right now. Gap is shrinking. I guess I'll take a fail second entry long here because I think we're still in a big trading range. Right, big trading range right here, and I think we can come back to the bottom here, and let's see what the market gives us. A fail second entry long, and if it doesn't, if this just like starts breaking down, or if it does scalp out here on the second entry long, then I'm gonna end the stream. But this will be my last setup I'm looking for today. Let's see what happens, Pandas. Let's see what happens. Good signal bar to go long here for those who want to go long. Very good signal bar to go long. Almost scary to go short here at this point because of how good that signal bar is. But in my opinion, I think we're going to reverse here and make some micro double top. Doesn't break the previous candle's high. Not even by 1 tick. And I don't think the market might not even give us our failed second entry long here because we couldn't get 1 tick above there. And it's a shame because we don't have a setup. And this could have high potential to reverse here. Right back to the bottom of our trading range, maybe even back to our ledge here that we mentioned earlier in the stream. But you can only take what the market gives you. And if the market's not giving us a failed second entry long here, right, instead just gives a micro double top and starts to break down here, then that's what the market gives us. And we just cannot force it, right? We cannot force this short here, in my opinion. Starts to break down a little bit here. Now if we get a failed second entry long, we're quite a ways from our, that scalps out immediately. So you got at least a scalp there, but quite a ways away from our 20 MA. So that was even more difficult failed second entry long to take, right? Because it actually pushed down. So it is what it is. All right, pandas, cannot take a trade here. Too choppy. Sorry, pandas. No other real good setups. But let me recap, kind of the trades that we took on the stream. I took a let's see. Did I take this short here? I took this trap here, outside bar reversal, and I scalped out, and so that was a break a trend to new low. I took that short, and so that's my first trade, right? Break a trend, right? Looking for that new low, nice reversal setup underneath the 20 MA, and also took this short here as well. Did I take this? 1 second. I feel like my times are off. Did I take this trade? No, I took this trade. I don't remember what trades I took. I took this trade here, and yeah, I did take this trade, and I looked for this short here. What was the quick scalp I made? I know I made a real quick scalp here. Okay, I didn't take this one. I took this one, and I took this one here. That's right. I took this, and I got stopped out. My runner got stopped out. Also took a quick scalp there, off of a trend line again. So, yeah, just took a trend line, and my feeling was break a trend, right, attempt a new high. It was a two-legged pullback, A, B, C, and quick scalp. But that obviously was a little scary because that just scalps out and then reverses. So, big risk. I took only 2 contracts on that one. And I just scalped out real quick. Alright, pandas, that's it for today's stream. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. 9:15 for the mainstream, 9 o'clock for the pre-market show for the pandas. Also, pandas, there's super pandas. If you become a super panda, you get access to the Discord, the two-legged pullback Discord that we continue to look at setups off stream. And if you guys are interested, please consider becoming a super panda. That's for you guys. If you guys want to join the two-legged pullback Discord, so we can see you guys off stream. But other than that, pandas, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Trade safe, everybody, and as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.